Mitram and Bandhuvam, welcome to South Asia Maps Education Channel. At South Asia Maps, excuse me, I bring South Asia-centric topics in the form of maps images for your easy understanding. Because I have varied other interest, I will also be posting on other topics like general global geography, human population, human ecology, and so on for general audience. Today's part 16 we are talking about game series. Game means geographic areas made easy. In the planet Earth, we'll take all the continents, major countries, regions, provinces, all around about many districts in India. And after this series, we'll get a very intuitive idea in your conversation how you can very easily mention the areas in the 90% range almost. So that is the entire purpose. The purpose is not just taking the information from the Wikipedia and putting here. So the concept is very clear. That is the game series part 16, Europe, islands, land areas. That is the topic of discussion today. And this is my Twitter site, India Maps 2, and you can find me there posting. And this is my YouTube channel, the main South Asia Maps JRD, and there are more than 280 or so meticulously made presentations you can explore, and if you like them, and you can also subscribe to them. And I have organized these 280 presentations for you in an intuitive playlist. So whatever may be your interest or field of specialization or want to know, you will find some topics there in presentations. And today's topic is about geography game. I will put it in the geographic areas made easy. So historical leaders, the rivers, the partition topics, and treaties of Indian history, wars in the Indian history, Maratha history, Nizam, Deccan, Hyderabad, magnificent Vijayanagara Empire in Deccan, and the railway history of India. I will be talking about most of the districts, regions in India, that series. Punjab region, fascinating. Congress party, the declining. The current politics, the battles in India, and central provinces. So there are very diverse interests. Whatever you like, you can go and find them, and you can enjoy and learn and post your comments. And in the game series, I already discussed the first part, game 1, the planet Earth and the world, the continents, areas. Then next parts, India, Pakistan, Northeast India. The fifth part, Rayalaseema ceded district, Deccan, Andhra Pradesh, compared Asafia, Nizamiya princely state of Hyderabad, Deccan, with Jammu, Aliya, Dogra princely state of Jammu and Kashmir. Now I have made these 10 presentations on Europe. We already discussed Europe, Africa, Asia, Eurasia as an island, now dissected by the Suez Canal, and core countries of Europe we discussed about, from Ukraine to Iberian Peninsula, Spain, round about the bigger countries core. Then around the core were bigger outliers, medium outliers, Austria, Hungary, and so on. 100,000 square kilometers, and then smaller outliers. We talked about Switzerland size, around about 40, and then how to remember them easily. Then we talked about the British Isles, that is the Ireland, Irish Republic, Wales, Cymru, North, the Scotland and England, the areas, and then German-speaking areas, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Micronesian, then Slavic nations, Yugoslavia, the former southern part of Slavic countries, that is Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Montenegro, and so on. Today, in the 16th part, the islands of Europe, that is the part of present discussion. And before we discuss about that, you have to keep in mind the spaceship planet Earth, 12 kilometers diameter. Based upon that, you can calculate the circumference around the equator, Singapore to Singapore. You can also calculate the surface area. That comes to 510 units, million square kilometers, among which 360 water body oceans, remember 365 days in a year, rest 150 the land surface area, 360, 150, 510. There are 4 countries on the planet Earth: Canada, China, USA, Europe. Canada, USA, Europe, west of Ural Mountains, China, 10,000 million square kilometers, 10 million square kilometers, easy to remember. Then 1 square kilometer is nothing but kilometer in all sizes, a square of 1 kilometer. And there are 10 I put next to each other, 10 square kilometers, the average village size of villages in the Rayalaseema region, Deccan Ceded district of Andhra Pradesh. Indo-Gangetic plains, the size will be like 3, 4, 5, 6 or so, much smaller. If you make 1,000 kilometers here, 1,000 kilometers, that is 1 followed by 6 is 1 million. 1 million square kilometers, exactly the size of African country Egypt. 10 in Canada, 10 million, USA 10 in China, 10 in Europe. We talked about that is 150, 360 is 510, the planet Earth. Now talk about the islands, their areas in Europe. Very easy, intuitive way. After this presentation, you will get it. So I made it here, Iceland, very easy to remember. 100, that is because the countries, right? 1,000 square kilometers. I will say 100 units. Iceland is 100. Greenland looks very big, but actually 2.1, or you can say 2 million square kilometers. That means the western part of Europe, west of Ural Mountains, Russia is 4 million. So you can put 2 Greenlands here, a broader area. So Iceland, you have to remember that is 100. Then the island of Ireland, that is a republic in the south, Ulster, that is Northern Ireland in the north, is 85, little lesser than Iceland. So these 2 you have to remember. Also remember Sicily, Sardinia, that is 25. Then we are all set to understand the areas very intuitively. So we go here, Greenland is 2.1 million square kilometers, Iceland 100, and island of Ireland, the island is 85. 100 is Iceland, 85 is Ireland. Remember, Sri Lanka is 65. You retire at 65, you are Sri Lankan. Sri Lanka 65,000 square kilometers. Double it across the Gulf of Mannar is Tamil Nadu. It is 130. 130,000 square kilometers. Sri Lanka, also remember, is a standard. Iceland 100, Ireland is 85. If Ireland, that means none of these islands doesn't come anything close to Iceland 100. That's a broader area. Ireland, that's island, and there is one more island called Novaya. It's a Russian name, difficult to pronounce. Novaya Zemlya, 85. Remember 85? 85, easy to remember. That is Ireland, NZ, Novaya Zemlya, Russia. These are 85. There is a archipelago group of islands called Svalbard. That is 61. That means almost the size of Sri Lanka. Among which bigger island is Spitsbergen, half of that, 40,000 square kilometers. So Greenland 2 million almost, Iceland 100, Ireland 85, Novaya Zemlya 85, and Svalbard of Norway, that is round about 61, but bigger island is 31 there. So we got all these things. Here I have put the Europe, right? Europe we talked about 10 units, that is millions. 4 is the Russian part, west of Ural Mountains. 6 is the rest. So if you take these 10 million square kilometers divided by, there are 50 countries in Europe, you get 200, average size of the country. If you don't want to take Russia because separate entity, then you have 6 million divided by almost 49 or 50, you get 120. So 200K is the average size of Europe, that is Belarus or White Russia next to Russia, Belarusia. I put it for comparison. You see here 100, here it looks almost double. Remember the northern side, the countries are little stretched. Greenland is stretched too much, right? If you say this is 100 or 90, Ireland double, that is Belarus. And Greece I have not shown here. Here there's 120 or 130 size of Tamil Nadu. So you got here. How do you remember Great Britain? Great Britain has 3 countries in it. That is Scotland, England, and Wales, Cymru. That is Great Britain. If you add Northern Ireland, that is Ulster, Belfast becomes a kingdom, United Kingdom. We have omitted that, we are talking about Ireland. Easy to remember, 222. Remember 222. 224 is the actual, but I made it easy. Great Britain is 222. Because if you make Ireland as 100, double the size, you see, that is 222, makes sense. So that means England is almost Great Britain almost the size of, little bigger than Belarus. That is other way to remember. So then next, because 85 is Ireland and NJ, the remaining should be smaller. Sicily, Sardinia, the whole round about 25. Actually, the Sicily is 25, Sardinia 24, makes little, almost same. The next country is round about 9 or 10. This is Cyprus. This is island called Crete. There is an island called Euboea in Greece. There is an island called Corsica where Napoleon was born. It belonged to France. And this is Balearic or Majorca and so on. These are all less than. The Cyprus, remember, is 9 or 10. These are 9, 10, less than that. And there is an island in Denmark called Zeeland. That is pronounced little different. Zeeland, that's the Danish names. That is different from Zeeland. That is a province in Netherlands. So I put X here, not Zeeland, but pronounced similar. But there is a Danish names. So the idea, and again the Europe is 10, 3 times bigger is Africa, almost 4 times bigger is Asia. I dropped here South Asia. If you add, that is 4 million. These are million square kilometers. Egypt here is, of course, 1 million square kilometers, as we discussed. So to put these things in proper perspective, very easy. Russian part 4 million, half of it is Greenland. Greenland is an island, politically part of Europe, but more close to North America. That's why I added 2.1 or 2 million. Always remember Iceland is 100, same as the size of Cuba. Sri Lanka, you retire at 65. Because this is 100, that is the biggest island we can say, or bigger island. Ireland is less than that, that is 85. If this is 85, Novaya Zemlya, that is Russian, looks bigger but actually small, that is 85. 85 here. And because 85, this is Svalbard, Spitsbergen is that island, this is round about 60, that bigger island is round about 39 or so. You got it. Also remember 222 is Great Britain. That is an island, Great Britain. That is Scotland here, England here, Wales or Cymru. That is Edinburgh and London and Cardiff. That is, Ireland is 222. Very easy to remember. Iceland is 100. United Kingdom is Double that you make 200, but make it 2, 2, 2. The next part we talked about 25 range, right? That is Sicily here is 25, Sardinia is 25. The remaining, this is the Crete, this is Cyprus, there are 9. You can put the 10 range. This is a Balearic, this is round about 5 or so. There is an island called Zeeland in Denmark. This is the one that is round about 5. Gotland is round about 3. 3 is like the size of the province of Goa, that is in the Gomantak, sandwiched between the Kanaras, Dakshin Kannada, Uttar Kannada, and Malwan, that is the Konkan. That is around about 3.7 thousand square kilometers. You can say 4,000 square kilometers. So we came very intuitively the sizes of islands in Europe, Greenland, Iceland, Ireland, and GB, Great Britain, British Isles, these two together. Then we talked around about Sicily, Sardinia, Novaya, Zemlya, and Svalbard or Spitsbergen, and so on. That is about today's fascinating discussion about islands, part 6 sealand areas of Europe. And Mitram and Bandhuvam, if you like the presentations, I really appreciate subscribe the channel, bring it to the notice of your friends, and you can find me in Twitter site. And if you are in share chat, you are listening me, I appreciate take the time and post certain comments and that what you would like to listen from this presentation, that will be much profitable or much interest to you. See you later in other times. Dr. J. Reddy, South Asia Maps.